Now we all remember kinetic as, well, kinetic. For some of you out there, it was probably your first set of wheels that you didn't have to paddle around from point A to point B. Then the CBZs and the Pulsars of the world came around and everyone wanted those. The Royal Enfields were there, of course, but everyone but the purists considered them to be the milkman's ride. Then in 2003, out of absolutely nowhere, came the kinetic Hyosung Aquila. And compared to everything that was on offer back then, it looked smashing. And now, all those years and a new partnership later, the smashing looks have still been retained. I say that because there has not been a single red light where I've stopped and have not been asked questions about this bike. Say hello to the spanking new Hyosung Aquila GV250. Barring the fact that it now has fuel injection, the Aquila's engine remains the same 250cc V-twin, putting out 26.5 PS of power and 21 Nm of torque. It's not exactly a torque-generating wonder, and it's definitely not going to give you the kind of performance that one normally associates with cruisers. But at least, Hyosung has been spot on in the looks department, and we think their plan with this bike is to bank on the one thing that they got right. Now India loves its cruisers, and this bike has everything that India loves about them. It's low slung, nicely stretched out with beautiful flared fenders and a lot of chrome. Some of it is plastic coated with chrome, but it's shiny nonetheless. And then there's those chunky alloy wheels, which make this bike look like something out of the latest sci video. And that always guarantees turning of heads. There's only one word to describe the riding position of the new Aquila: brilliant. The handlebar stretches back nicely, not like a Hell's Angel chopper, but in a way that seems just right. And coupled with the forward set foot pegs, they put the rider in a very nice position to go about his business. But there's a catch. The chaps at Hyosung kind of overlooked a few things while setting up the suspension, namely bad roads. The Aquila is set up very stiff, and given the condition of the roads in our great nation, you hit a bad patch and you're going to feel it. Now, considering the position of the foot peg, I think the gear shifter could have had an extension at the back. The highway is not the only place that you're going to be riding this in. And I know it's the age of toe shifters and all of that, but when you're in traffic, like I was, that extension will help you shift gears with a lot of ease. Cruisers are not known to be the most environmentally friendly machines out there, but the Aquila isn't too bad in that department. The 250cc engine gives roughly 33 km to the litre on the highway and around 29 kmpl in the city, which in our books are fair figures for a bike like this. When the Aquila came out back in 2003, one of my friends had enough money to buy one. I rode it, of course, and because it was the first time I was riding a cruiser, I remember the ride vividly. Not because I knew I'd be recounting the tale to the nation one day, but because that's how boys are. We remember our firsts. What I'm trying to get at here is that there's not much of a difference between the Aquila back then and the Aquila now. It's obviously received fuel injection and a mild cosmetic makeover, but that's about it. So, if you've got 2.65 lakhs ex-showroom lying around somewhere, and head turning is what you're looking at, the nearest Hyosung showroom is where you should be.